Good morning. It is Monday, September 16th. Here's what we're working on. Donald Trump is safe following an apparent assassination attempt in Florida.
Ontario government is exploring more ways to make pharmacies a one-stop shop.
And a big night in TV as these two Canadians are hosting the Emmy Awards. We say a very good morning to Steve Ruddock, who is filling in today for the vacationing Brian Wood.
Good morning there, Stevie boy. How you doing?
Just doing very, very good. Had a great weekend. It's been a great week.
Hey, were you at the Ticats game on Saturday?
Yes.
I did not see you there. I was down there too. What a beautiful day it was for a game, huh?
Perfect day for a game. Perfect day for the game. And they played a really good game.
Yeah,
too,
they did play actually really well.
That's the good news. So let's hope there's more of that. We've got two big ones coming up, though, especially against the Argos.
Friday night.
Make the playoffs. All right, just after 6 a.m., let's have a quick look and see what's happening on the highways. We are looking at, again, moving through the Aldershot area. Traffic is actually a little busier than normal here and a little bit slower moving through the area right now. So just be aware of that. Elsewhere on the roads, as we go down to the Niagara area, it's very, very calm and quiet, although, I don't know, it looks like there's maybe a bit more action going on down there. QEW Skyway coming towards us, which is eastbound, busy, westbound, of course, heading down towards Niagara, not quite so busy this time of day. Looking at Guelph Line, seeing the traffic move along. So it looks like it's going to be a busy day. We're not starting off on the light side of things. Up by the Ford plant, again, eastbound is fairly busy, no matter where you are moving through that. Along the 403, it's still fairly quiet, although again, heading into the Mississauga-Toronto area, we're looking at fairly busy conditions out there. And 403 Dundas Street, much like that. Up by Pearson Airport, that's fairly busy. So again, if you're heading out, be aware that there will be a fair amount of traffic to start your morning over the next little while. A little bit of road construction out there, so be aware of that. It'll slow down in some spots, but otherwise, we're in pretty good shape. We'll check your weather and more traffic coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, thanks very much, Steve. Well, after a second apparent assassination attempt against former U.S. President Donald Trump, he has posted a thank you on social media to law enforcement. Very early this morning, Trump wrote, "It was certainly an interesting day." Talking about yesterday, he thanked U.S. Secret Service, a sheriff, and police for keeping him safe. A 58-year-old man from Hawaii was arrested yesterday in Florida within minutes of a very urgent alert with his vehicle and license plate number. A Secret Service agent had fired at a man after spotting the muzzle of a rifle sticking out of a bush where Trump was playing golf at his Trump International course in West Palm Beach. Police say the gunman dropped the rifle and took off, leaving it behind with two backpacks, a scope used for aiming, and a GoPro camera.
Let's come back home now. And a truck fully engulfed in flames in the QEW in Beamsville can cause significant delays last night. Now, our freelancer says the fire broke out just before 10 o'clock with Lincoln and Grimsby fire crews responding to the blaze west of Ontario Street. And the pickup truck, which had been parked to the right shoulder, was completely consumed by flames. The driver did escape without injury. The emergency crews were to extinguish the blaze and clear the scene. Lanes were blocked, leading to traffic delays. The truck driver, who was heading to the mechanic due to power issues, told our freelancer he's okay but devastated about losing his truck. We reached out to OPP just to confirm the details. Have not heard back as of yet.
Hamilton man is dead after a three-vehicle crash just southwest of Barrie. It happened Saturday afternoon in Dufferin County. Police say the crash involved a motorcycle, a sedan, and an SUV. The 53-year-old motorcycle driver from Hamilton was pronounced dead at the scene. No other injuries were reported. The investigation is ongoing.
Yeah, a motorcycle passenger is dead after a crash outside of Port Dover. So it happened late Saturday afternoon as many bikes were leaving a huge Friday the 13th gathering in town. Three motorcycles, a pickup truck, and an SUV, they collided on Highway 6. This was near Blue Line Road. 33-year-old from Sudbury, who was a passenger on one of the bikes, was killed. Two motorcyclists, they were taken to hospital.
Hamilton has had now over 50 shootings this year, with the latest happening early yesterday on the West Mountain. Shots were fired near Garth and Garrow just after 4:30 in the morning. No suspects were found when police got there. Anyone with surveillance footage between the hours of 4 and 5 yesterday morning is asked to call Hamilton Police. Well, the Ontario government is looking to further expand the role of pharmacists by adding to the list of minor ailments that they can assess and treat. Simone Gavros joins us now from a Shoppers Drug Mart in Waterdown with more.
Well, the province has been consulting with people in the industry since the summer to see what and how they can expand the roles of pharmacists, including possibly letting them to administer different vaccines as well as order lab tests. And this is all in an effort to make healthcare more accessible by allowing people to go to pharmacies just like the one here behind me. Now, back in January 2023, that was the initial time that the government expanded the pharmacist's roles to assess and treat 13 minor ailments, including pink eye, hemorrhoids, and UTIs. That list was expanded once again in October 2023 with 6 more ailments, including acne, canker sores, and yeast infections. Now, the pending expansions to the list include treatment for a sore throat, shingles, minor sleep disorders, and fungal nail infections. The government is also looking to fund pharmacies to give vaccines like tetanus, pneumococcal, and shingles in order to save people a visit to the doctor's office. The Ontario Pharmacists Association says that the role expansion has gone well so far, but doctors are raising concerns. The Ontario Medical Association says that minor ailments may be a sign of something more serious, and a doctor would need to identify that. Now, this morning, I have reached out to the Ontario Pharmacists Association as well as the Ontario Medical Association for further comment about these ongoing consultations to allow the pharmacist role expansion. But for now, Annette, back to you.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, after nearly 300 films and 700 celebrity guests, the Toronto International Film Festival has rolled up the red carpet on another successful year. Emily Taylor brings us the details from the final premiere of TIFF.
Good morning, Morning Live. We're here at Roy Thomson Hall for the finale gala premiere of the entire Toronto International Film Festival. It's for the world premiere of The Deb.
It's like tricky being in the movie as well as directing, because we just like walked on my wig and I just went. I didn't quite think too much about my role, but I thought a lot about the movie, and I'm so proud of how it came together. And for a first-time female director to be in Toronto is like absolutely massive.
Well, because Rebel is kind of out to have a good time in life, it turns out she's willing to do that while she's directing a movie.
Genuinely, everyone was laughing so much. And working with Rebel, she definitely introduced a sense of play to everyone, so we had the freedom to kind of do what we wanted and to just have fun.
Well, I'm Kid Koala, and my character really loves koalas, and she feels like she identifies as one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How did you get into character?
I don't know.
And that's a wrap on our TIFF coverage this year. We'll see you right here next year at Roy Thomson Hall for the 50th Annual Toronto International Film Festival. Back to you.
Excellent job there, Emily. Well, donations are still being added up from this year's Terry Fox Run. It is the 44th year of the run, inspired by Terry Fox's Marathon of Hope. In 1980, he started raising money for life-changing cancer research in Canada. More people in more than 600 communities across Canada took part in the run yesterday. In Oakville, Team Darrell raised over $21,000. In Dundas, they were nearing their goal of $49,000 raised.
Great stuff there. All right, let's get into sports line. Blue Jays season continues to wind down. No chance for a playoff spot this time around. But with 12 games left, they are playing for pride, and they had that going this weekend, hosting the St. Louis Cardinals and trying for a sweep yesterday down at the Dome.
This is lying down the left field line. It's a fair ball. Springer on his way to third, and he is getting the wave and will come in to score the go-ahead run.
And Nathan Lucas with the RBI double in the bottom of the 8th that brings home George Springer with the eventual winning run as Toronto does sweep St. Louis with a 3-2 win. Much of that has to do with Davis Schneider, who's had a tough second season with the club, but homered in Saturday's win and then hit one out yesterday too. Number 12 of the year. Jays are 6 games below 500. They head out in the final road trip of the season starting tomorrow in Texas.
Bunker's kick for the win.
To the NFL, with the Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs escaped with a win at home on a 51-yard field goal by Harrison Butker as they came back to take down their rivals from Cincinnati. 26-25 the final. A pass interference call right there set up the game-winning field goal and allow the Chiefs to move to 2-0 on the young season. Cam Taylor-Britt had one of the best interceptions you'll ever see earlier in the game. We'll show you that next hour.
Kamara looking for his 4th touchdown of the game. Stays on his feet. Alvin Kamara's got 4.
Elsewhere, as the New Orleans Saints shocking the Dallas Cowboys, as Alvin Kamara would score 4 touchdowns for the Saints in the 44-19 drubbing of the boys, ending their 16-game home winning streak in the regular season. New Orleans, they moved to 2-0, while Dallas, they fall to 1-1 of the year. And stay on the field, but head back to Saturday, and in case you missed it, Ticats kept their slim playoff hopes alive with a huge win against the Ottawa Redblacks. They were led by Lawrence Woods in this 83-yard punt return touchdown. He had a total of 108 yards on special teams. Bo Levi Mitchell also had himself a fine game, hitting Stephen Dunbar Jr. for the 54-yard score right there. He passed 2 touchdowns, 299 yards in the air as Hamilton held off a late push by the Redblacks to win a second straight game, 37-21 the final. Mitchell said after the game, we're starting to believe in ourselves, so they now sit at 4-9, and they have a big one later this week as they're off to the Big Smoke to face the Argos on Friday nights. We're off to the WNBA, where we witnessed some history as Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark broke the rookie single-season scoring record on Sunday, scoring a career-high 35 points, which included 6 3-pointers, so she moves to 746 points and counting. She breaks the previous record that was set back in 2006. She has one more game to add to that before the playoffs begin on Sunday.
Okay, let's have a look and see what's happening as far as traffic is concerned. 6:11 on your Monday here, so it's a good start to the day, but very, very busy. Let's go down towards Burlington Skyway Bridge, which was busy a few minutes ago. Still is busy eastbound coming towards us. So again, it looks like almost everywhere things are busier than normal for this time of day. So again, give yourself lots of extra time as we move up to Brant Street. That's not reporting right now. Ford Plant, again, busy east and westbound, but eastbound coming towards us, still busiest of all. Up by Pearson Airport, it is fairly busy again, and moving up into Hogs Hollow, the north part of the Toronto area, seeing no major problems. Down towards Niagara on Ontario Street, we're looking in pretty good shape right now. So again, it's fairly busy out there, so give yourself a lot of extra time today if you can, if you have to be somewhere specific. As far as weather is concerned, it is not going to be a factor in our day. We have high pressure still over top of us, as we said for the last week or so. It's not going anywhere, at least for the next couple of days, and that's the good news, which means we're going to have sunny skies, temperatures above seasonal, and kind of nice conditions out there. We do have still warm air coming our way, but we are watching what's coming across from the coast, and eventually we'll get into more seasonal temperatures by about midweek. Cooler, yes, but more seasonal temperatures out there. So here's another way of showing it. High pressure still over top of us, although we are watching these low pressure systems to the south, which could, as we get in the middle of the week, and look at that later on the extended forecast, could see some showers middle of the week here, but that's still a very, very slight chance of that happening. Right now, here's your temperatures outside. Hamilton 14, Grimsby 18, Toronto 17, Mississauga 16. This is how you're starting your day. Sun will be up at 7:01 a.m., down at 7:26 p.m. normal highs, about 20 degrees this time of year. Today we're looking for very sunny conditions out there. Feeling like 32, but the actual temperature 27, so 7 degrees above seasonal. Kind of nice out there. Looking into tonight's conditions, we do see 14 with, again, chance of some fog as we have for the last little while, and tomorrow high of 25, feeling like 30. So temperature going down just a little bit, but still quite nice temperatures out there. So we'll look at the extended forecast and check more traffic in a few minutes.
Okay, we'll also check in with Emily Vukovic for a preview of what's ahead in Chit-Chat.
Lots of Emmy talk today. Yep. This is big, though, too. Air Canada and its pilot union, they reached a deal, avoiding a shutdown of the country's biggest airline.
Is this the Monday morning sniff test?
Well,
Are you all right?
Yeah, you just kind of like smell something, and I'm just like, I smell kind of musty, but I don't know if it's me.
It must be you, because I don't smell it.
Okay, and you don't, do you smell me?
No.
Okay, well, I showered today.
No, I don't smell you.
Okay, well, I guess that's good. Hey, we're on.
Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. I did not stay up past my bedtime, so I didn't get to watch it in person, but the 76 Emmys were on last night. And I love working a morning show because you don't actually have to stay up to watch it. You still get to talk about it, but you get to watch all the highlights.
Yeah, and there were some, Dan and Eugene Levy, they were awesome.
Yeah, I saw some clips. They did a great job.
Honestly,
hosting it. Yeah.
That is taking over Chit Chat today.
Okay, good.
We're talking about the Levys. We're also going to be talking about that awesome moment that was recreated from Happy Days, and we're going to chat a little bit about the SNL cast and what they did or how they poked fun at Lorne Michaels.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, we'll see you at the couch in a little bit.
Okay, this morning in overseas trading, the Canadian dollar is up 4 basis points at 73.65 cents U.S. after gaining $30 in trading on Friday. Gold up another 4 this morning, and crude oil is up 77 cents to $69.42 a barrel. Checking midday trading in Europe, markets are down right now in London and Frankfurt, but up a bit in Paris.
Off to Asia we go. Markets were down in Tokyo, up in Hong Kong, and down slightly in Shanghai. What about North American markets? They wrapped up the trading week on Friday with some gains across the board. Up on Bay Street, some huge gains for the Dow Jones, up 297. NASDAQ up 114. Let's see how they do when the new trading week starts at 9:30 on September the 16th.
Air Canada is operating as normal this morning after a tentative 4-year deal was announced yesterday between the airline and its pilots. Air Canada says terms will remain confidential until ratification by union members and approval by Air Canada's board of directors over the next month. Union leaders say they approve the agreement on behalf of more than 5,400 Air Canada and Air Canada Rouge pilots in anticipation of a $1.9 billion increase for the pilots over the life of the deal.
Canada's largest private sector union says Walmart workers at an Ontario warehouse have cleared a key hurdle in their fight to become the retailer's first unionized depot in Canada. Unifor says a majority of the 800 workers at the Mississauga site voted in favor of unionization last week. The Ontario Labour Relations Board still needs to certify the vote before workers can elect a bargaining committee and seek a collective agreement. Walmart Canada says it's reviewing its next steps.
Canada's wholesale sales are up a bit. Statistics Canada says they increased 0.4% to nearly $83 billion in July. The gain was driven by the food, beverage, and tobacco wholesale subsector. Personal and household goods, wholesale sales of them fell 2.5% to roughly $12 billion.
BMO Financial Group has won a reversal of the 2022 jury verdict against the Canadian bank in a lawsuit related to a U.S. Ponzi scheme. So BMO says the U.S. 8th Circuit Court of Appeals also instructed the district court to enter judgment in favor of the bank's U.S. subsidiary. Now BMO plans to reverse a $1.19 billion provision. It expects that move will mean an after-tax recovery of $875 million in its fourth quarter.
OpenAI has unveiled a new artificial intelligence model that it says can reason and solve harder problems in science, coding, and math much better than its predecessors. The ChatGPT maker says it can reason and think much like a person. The model is the first in a series called OpenAI 01. It's been released as a preview, and after updates and improvements will gradually become available to most ChatGPT users. The company says in testing, 01 performs similarly to PhD students on difficult benchmark tasks in physics, chemistry, and biology.
All right, let's look at business news on your Monday morning, coming off a spectacular
Very nice.
last weekend of the summer. What does the last week have in store? Steve Reddick will be back right after this.
And welcome back to Morning Live, 6:24 on your Monday. Thanks for spending part of your morning with us here on Morning Live here on CHCH. And just checking the traffic, it remains busy as it has for the most part all morning. For some reason, just after 6, it really got busy. Up by Pearson Airport, we are seeing things moving along, but again, traffic is building as we speak. Back towards the Burlington Skyway Bridge, still busy eastbound, which is moving left to right on your screen away from us, but traffic seems to be a little bit lighter right now. Down towards Niagara, seeing no major problems out there. Traffic's moving along in great shape. And up by Burloak Drive along the QEW, things are moving okay. But again, it is busy today, so you may want to give yourself just a few extra minutes if you have to be anywhere particular in the next hour or so. What's happening weather-wise for us? Not going to be a factor, at least for the next couple of days. So high pressure over top of us. The ridge is very, very strong, and it's been with us for over a week now and remains with us. Chance of, by the time we get to the middle of the week, these low pressure systems to the south could bring us some showers, but it's still a could, maybe, possibly kind of a thing. We'll look at that, the extended forecast in just a few minutes. Current temperatures outside right now anywhere from 14 to 18 degrees, so a nice start to the day. Your Friday planner looks like this. Or rather, it should be your Monday planner, not Friday planner. 27 degrees the expected high, and again, mostly sunny skies out there. As you look at your evening commute temperatures, again, 27 degrees, lots of sunny conditions out there. And the extended forecast looks like this. Next couple of days on the warm side for sure. Feeling like 32 today, 30 tomorrow, but then here's where those lows come into play a little bit. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, slight chance, only 30% chance of some showers. Saturday, Sunday, back into sunny conditions, but temperatures certainly back down to more seasonal. But we still have a couple of great summer-like days just ahead of us. That's it for now.
Okay, foxes known to be sly. Just ask a group of golfers who got together for a fundraiser in Missouri over the weekend. The Sheriff's Office Golf Invitational was taking place in a suburb of St. Louis.
Okay, so at some point, a fox jumped onto the course, snatched a ball, and took off. Deputies were a little stunned with its tongue firmly in its cheek. The Sheriff's Office put out a wanted message on Facebook. Deputies say they were seeking justice and warned the clever fox also may have accomplices, maybe disrupting other golfers' games as well.
We have a lot of fox in our neighborhood. They're fascinating to watch. They're very cat-like.
Yes, I was sitting on my front porch just last week and somebody was out for a walk and they're just like, oh, a fox. And I was just like, where? And then it came right in front of my front porch and just like, hello. It looked at me and then just went on its way.
Says, hello, are you new to the neighborhood?
Yeah. I was thinking outside the fox, I think. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
What do we got here, Laura? What song you got?
Oh, good one. Very good.